Yeah, look, I want an APB out on this guy. I don't care if he's a retired state legislator. He could be on the way to Argentina by now. Yeah, you get on it. Yeah. Oh, hi, Gene.
Someone I know?
Oh, Sam Tyler. State legislator, retired. We think that he ran away with the money from his brother's company. It seems like the state retirement plan wasn't enough for him.
Could I use it? Sounds like a good scoop.
Well, now, you do that, and you won't be in that chair again for a very long time. You let me check it out first. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
What brings you down here so early?
Well, I thought I'd come down and check the blotter for tonight's telecast.
The thing's that slow down at WRD?
Not as slow as it is around here.
Aside from checking out this possible geriatric embezzle, all I'm doing is counting parking tickets.
I thought things would be hopping by now, Gabe.
What do you mean?
Did you receive a package, registered mail?
What about it?
Well, I was going to ask you about it.
Oh, let's just say that I haven't heard anything, and neither have you. Okay.
Sure, yes, sir. Things kind of tight-lipped, huh?
Well, I'm sorry, really, but I think it's for your own good, Gene. But this I will tell you. We have one of your buddies downstairs in the tank. Couldn't make his bail.
Who's that?
Jeff Cummings.
Oh, what's he in for?
Drunk and disorderly.
Figures.
We've been trying to get in touch with his wife.
She and her little girl are staying with Nora Lindsay, Scott's mother-in-law. How long is he in for?
Well, until his trial. Probably get $500 or 30 days.
He's broke.
Well, then it's 30 days, isn't it?
Well, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. 30 days in the jail might do wonders for his health. You know, he spilled his guts to me the other day and about what's going on down in the cellar.
Yeah, now I know that. And if that information gets around, Jeff Cummings' life won't be worth a plug nickel, okay?
Yeah. Thanks, Kate.
Come on, Peter. The door's open. You know, the trouble with you, little brother, is... Dr. Martin.
Good morning. I'm sorry, but you said, come in, and the door was open, so, I came in.
Dr. Martin, I'm a mess. I didn't know...
No, I know I should have called, but I was in the neighborhood checking on another patient, so I, thought I'd check on your progress. If it's inconvenient, I can come back some other time, really.
No, it's fine. You just caught me by surprise, that's all. I thought you were my little brother.
Well, there are just a few standard things we need to check up on, if you don't mind. They're rather routine, actually.
Should I stand?
No, where you're sitting is fine. We just want to check to see how your sensory reactions are coming along.
My what?
Miss Davidson.
Oh, please, call me Lori.
Lori, we want to get you back to college in 2 weeks, right? Well, your sensory reactions, namely your nerves, are going to get you there. The check is simple and painless. First, I want to check your Babinski reflex.
Okay. I remember that from my biology class.
Yes. Good. Now, would you please remove your slippers? Position of the toes looks normal. That's a good sign.
Thanks to Dr. Melville.
Yes. Have they felt numb or tingly?
My toes?
Uh-huh.
No.
Good. May I have your hand, please?
Which one?
One at a time, please.
All right.
Now, I want you to squeeze my hand as hard as you can. Okay. Now the right. Good. Okay, would you please stand? Let's check your balance. Raise one foot. Now the other. Good. Any dizziness?
No.
Look up. Okay, now straight at me. Well, that's it then. That completes the examination for today.
That's it?
Well, there are a few other tests, but we'll get to them next time. You're recovering nicely, Laurie.
Yes, I think so.
Hello, 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 hello.
Well, I hope there's some good news behind that grin.
Well, Rousseau received the package.
And
He said he doesn't know anything, and neither do we. What does that tell you?
that he's throwing everything he has into investigating Cartello.
There's something about an investigative mind, my man. And you can take a reprieve until the boys in blue come in on the scene. Now, what worries me is what Cardello's going to do when his wall starts falling down.
Nothing. I'm sure Rousseau will make it look like an inside job. You know, like a leak in his own organization.
Well, you hope.
Anything else?
Yep. Our old buddy Jeff is in the slammer. None of his friends will bail him out, and they want to know where his wife is.
Well, did you tell him where she was?
Yeah. And mark my words, when she finds out, she's going to put up the bail.
That guy doesn't deserve a wife as good as Liz. I know. I'm being judgmental.
Yeah, but it's only natural to feel sorry for her, though.
Yeah, compassion. He ought to be in the psychiatric ward of Ravenswood General. Otherwise, he's going to kill himself and somebody else.
Well, one thing's for sure, if they don't take care of him, the mob will.
Mary. Hello, Mother. May I come in? Well, these places never change. They always reek of the halls of ivy.
Did you come here solely to comment on the decor?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mother, but seeing you here in a campus house isn't particularly joyous for me. I never thought I'd ever step foot around here again.
Well, why exactly did you come to Kingsley?
Visiting Ellen Turley for a few days. Remember her?
Yes.
So, where's Frederick?
Sit down, Miriam. We're quite alone. We can talk.
Like mother and daughter?
Frederick is visiting with his schoolmates on a field trip. He'll be back in time for dinner.
Oh, how familiar. And I'm sure Little League football is in full swing by now.
If you'd like, I can bring him over after school. You'll just have to set a time.
I'll phone and let you know.
How are you feeling, Miriam?
Like a happy divorcee with her whole life in front of her. How should I feel, Mother?
Don't you use that tone of voice with me. The three of us have been through a great deal because of you and your father. Been separated for weeks now. And it has not been a happy experience for me. Paul and Frederick have been my salvation. They have been very good to me. When I saw you at the door right now, I'd forgotten how bitter some conversations can be. You may not like talking to me, Miriam, but for what it's worth, I'm the only mother you'll ever have.
I'm sorry. I've missed you. I shouldn't have been so defensive. I've really had a lot on my mind lately.
Oh, I've missed you, too. When I saw you at the door, I was surprised. And then I was happy. You gained a little weight. It's very becoming.
Oh, yes, thank you. You're looking well. A pillar of strength, as always.
How's your father?
Busy, as usual.
His new business?
Yes. He works day and night now. In fact, I hardly see him anymore. Without you there, he's just completely thrown himself into his work. Sometimes I see him in the morning over breakfast. Otherwise, it's like two ships passing in the night.
It worries me very much, these new business associates of his.
Oh, it's business, strictly business.
Organized crime?
Mother, go ahead, call it what you will, but it's really no more corrupt than any other large organization.
Did your father put that idea in your head? You can't really believe that. These men are nothing but glamorized hoodlums, leeching off innocent people for their own personal profit. It hurts me very much that your father's associated with him. They will use him and throw him away. And they will do the same thing to you if you're not careful.
Hardly think so, Mother, really. Father can take care of himself, and so can I. So, how's my dear ex-husband getting along? They still infatuated with Miss Goody Two-Shoes? You know, they're really the perfect couple. He's always wanted to possess that girl. Or do you deny that as well?
Only in the way that you mean it. Yes, Paul has come to love Laurie Davidson, but nothing permanent will ever come of it. She's very committed to us, and Paul is...
Go on, Mother.
Well, he may be leaving Kingsley for a few months.
What about my son?
He'll stay here with me. Those wonderful reviews that Paul got has given him a lecture series in London. Frederick and I may join him over the Christmas holidays.
Oh, how jolly.
Miriam, you may not acknowledge it, but Paul is a very gifted lecturer and teacher. He's also a kind and gentle man, and a wonderful father.
I can't look back now, Mother. It's too late. You know, Kingsley doesn't look half so bad this time of year.
Iran is only part of a bigger operation. Much bigger. Like you, I take orders from others higher up.
Dios mío, I never thought Cardella would allow himself to get trapped in something like this.
Oh, don't you worry, Diaz. He suspected something. He got that first bug that was on Davidson, but he missed this one.
Yes, sir. Captain, do you want us to make a transcript of this tape?
Oh, no. That would be too risky. If any of that got out, Davidson's life would be in jeopardy.
You mean to say that you think that we have informants around here? Or?
I mean to say, Diaz, that you and I are the only ones who know about it, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Yes, sir. Okay, so what's next? A raid on the cellar?
No. Not yet. That wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't get the joker, Mr. Nick Trench. Now, that's the local bigwig that I want. Now, how many plainclothesmen we have operating now?
10.
Oh, you double it. And don't give him a hint of anything that's going down, either. Also, you give me a list of known drug drop-off points in the city. Now, when we hit them, we're going to have to hit them hard. We're going to hit them fast. Then we hit the cellar. They won't know how or where we got our information.
Captain, what about Nick Trench? How are we going to nail him?
Now, that's a good question. He's been arrested before, but he always seems to wriggle himself out. No, I think we're going to have to set him up, take him clean. Yeah, Russo. Oh, yeah, okay, send her in. Mrs. Cummings, 10 to 1. She sets his bail.
Captain Russo?
Yeah. Mrs. Cummings, please, sit down.
Thank you. I'm here about my husband. Is he all right?
Yes, he's fine. We have him downstairs.
I'm sorry, Captain. I've been so worried, and it's so embarrassing.
We understand.
When can I see him?
Anytime you like.
Well, how much is the bail?
Well, that's $500.
Well, do I pay you? I did bring that amount.
No. Mrs. Cummings, you pay the bondsman downstairs. And once you do that, he'll be released until he's called for trial.
Did he, do anything? I'm sure that he was drunk.
Well, Sergeant Diaz here was the arresting officer. Diaz, yes. Do you want to...
Oh, yes, sir. Well, what happened was that I was making the round, you know, and I got a call from the cellar. It was a 501. That's somebody creating a disturbance. And when I got there, Harry Kelso, that's the owner of the place, him and some other guys, they had to pin down your husband onto the floor. And he was shouting and kicking pretty bad. So then I tried to arrest him, and he started throwing punches at me. So again, we had to pin him down so I could get the cuffs on him.
Mrs. Cummings, he's a very dangerous man. He's dangerous to himself. He's dangerous to others. Somebody tried to choke him to death. He drove his car into a van. Tore up the local tavern. If we release your husband, Mrs. Cummings, I can't be responsible. He's a sick man and he needs help. He really does. Remember that.
Well, I'll think about what you said. But there's one thing you have to remember, Captain. He still is my husband.
You know, I feel real sorry for that lady. You know, it really takes the cake. Here's a troublemaker like Jeff Cummings. He tears up the town, brings disgrace on himself and his whole family. And the one person that he could hurt the most comes in here, sets his bail, and gets him out to do it all over again. Where's the justice in that, Diaz, huh?
Hi, I'm home.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, why so sad?
Oh, this corset.
I knew it looks great. Where's everybody?
Over at Grandma's.
What's going on? It's supper time.
Another crisis with Liz Cummings.
How so?
Mr. Cummings is in jail. She's pretty upset about it. She can't decide whether to bail him out or let him stay there.
I knew he was in jail. Jean told me about it.
That man sure has caused her an awful lot of grief.
Well, he's good at spreading it around, too. I'm sure your mother will advise Liz as to what to do.
Maybe jail is the safest place for him right now.
Could be.
Oh, supper's ready. Mom says we should start without her. Could be a while.
What about Peter?
He went with her. He's probably already emptied out Grandma's refrigerator.
Well, I'm glad they're gone. I wanted to talk to you anyway.
About what?
Well, it's been a while since we had a good father-daughter chat. We've both been under a lot of pressure lately. Now's as good a time as any.
Sure.
So, how's my girl?
Okay.
You know, I got up this morning and I looked around and I saw what a lot of men take for granted. A beautiful home, lovely wife, 2 wonderful children. I can't tell you how happy I am that you're almost well again. I saw you in that hospital room. It nearly tore my heart out. I just thank the Lord he let me keep you.
Thanks, Dad.
So, is everything all right with you and Russ?
Not exactly. He's sort of angry with me right now.
Angry? Why?
Because I questioned him, well, how he feels about Becky.
Well, what did he say?
That's just it. He didn't say anything. He wouldn't answer me directly. It was then that I knew, Dad. Inside that I knew.
Are you absolutely certain, honey? Did you talk to Becky?
No, I haven't. I'm afraid to. I'm afraid of what she'll say.
So how did you leave things with Russ?
I'm not sure. This whole thing's a mess. But I know he'll be back to see me soon.
I know it's easy advice to give, honey, but try not to jump to conclusions until you're absolutely certain how Becky and Russ feel about each other. They've been your closest friends, and we know how they feel about you. We owe a lot to Russ. We really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
You're right. Oh, by the way, I have to tell you about Dr. Greeley's new partner. His name's Ben Martin.
Oh, have we met him?
No, but you will. He's a wonderful person, Daddy. And guess what? He believes.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'm certain that he's a very good doctor if he's a partner of Alex Greeley.
Oh, you're gonna like him, Dad. He's really nice, in a distinguished sort of way.
Laurie, it couldn't be that you feel this way because you have doubts about Russ, could it? I mean, that wouldn't be a very nice thing to do, especially with Russ. Got to keep that in mind.
But Dad, Russ has met him already. He just left pretty fast. He was pretty angry, too.
And jealous?
Why do you say that?
Because it looks that way.
Dad, I've never given Russ a reason to be jealous. Not that I know of, anyway. I'm not that kind of person.
I know, honey. That's another blessing I'm grateful for.
No, I'm the one who should be grateful. I've got you.
You make just one move when you drink, you hear me? You talk now, you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, all right.
What did you hear over at Davidson's house the other night, huh? Come on, Redland, I'm pressed for time.
He told me he had a meeting with Cartello and that we were supposed to drop the investigation.
What else?
Nothing, man, I swear.
And what were you doing at the police station this morning?
I was just checking the blotter, man. The news, like always.
You're lying.
Hey, man, I'm not. Come on, hey.
You took Cummins home the other night. What did he tell you?
He didn't say anything, man. He was too drunk.
You got your nose into everything, don't you? I ought to stick it to you right now. You gotta back off, Redland. Next time's for keeps.